If your corals are constantly drying out, simply break the blocks around the bed, pour water around it, and build up with half blocks. Now you can confidently place your corals and they'll never dry out. Break 2 blocks down and place fires and weaving looms above, and you'll now have a ventilation effect where steam escapes. Place gold ore under an overflowing hive and it will create the effect of frozen honey drops on the ground. Right now, we're going to test the most popular Minecraft myths. You can't see snow behind tinted glass, and yes, you can also see what's underwater. Turtle eggs and sniffers can easily withstand an anvil hit. A pickaxe does more damage to a shulker than a sword. No, that's not true. A sword is much stronger. You can't spawn a wither in a snowy biome, and books on the curse of loss can't be stacked. No, that's not true. Subscribe!
Interesting fact, even if a zombie is under an invisibility potion, your dog will still be able to see it and kill it.
Surprise your friends with this. You can use a dropper post instead of a ladder and easily climb up to your base like this.
The chance of being poisoned by raw chicken is 30%, but it's not as rare as eating rotten flesh and not getting poisoned, which is a 20% chance. Getting flint from gravel is 10%, but it's also not as rare as getting a head from a wither skeleton, which is 2.5%. Getting 4 chickens from 1 egg is a 1 in 256 chance, but the chance of seeing Minecraft Mince Raft instead of the name on the loading menu is 1 in 10,000. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get 2,000 subscribers.
Agree that now this house looks very boring, but if you break the door and put 2 hatches on the ground, then now it looks like the door has been removed.
Did you know that if you kill a dragon for the 2nd time when its egg is on the bedrock, all the portals to the city of End will open for you?
Dig a 3x3 block area with a depth of 5 blocks. Place a wizard's table in the center and bookshelves in the walls around it, a bed at the edge, and a hatch on top, and close it with half blocks. Place all the necessary items for survival on top of it, and then close it with hatches, so that in the end you get a box like this. Put a door, fill the roof with soil, and plant seeds on it, and now you have the most functional small house in Minecraft.
You can simply place a barrel behind the lava, thereby creating a boring hidden warehouse. But you can remove the lava, wait until it drains, then dig up a small area in this place. Leave only 1 block in the middle of the passage, put a step on top and 1 fence under it, then attach 2 any hatches to it. On the other side of this hole, put a rail and a minecart on it, and now return the lava to the place that will hide this passage. And now by clicking on the place where the minecart is, you easily get to your hidden base.
To keep your coral from drying out, just pour some water under it, place a half block on top, and place the coral on it. Now it will always be alive.
Did you know that there are 3 bosses in Minecraft? The first is the Ender Dragon, from which we get a useless egg. The second is the Wither, from which we get a valuable nether star, and the Warden, from which we get who knows what?
Now you will surprise your friends beyond recognition. As we know, the lighthouse beam easily passes through another lighthouse. We will take advantage of this. Place the lighthouse a couple of blocks above, and then cover it with a pyramid of absolutely any blocks, and now it will look as if the lighthouse can be activated from any blocks.
You can shoot through a cactus. And no, not through the space between 2 cacti, but through a cactus block. The thing is that a cactus is slightly lower than a regular block. The same applies to dirt, which is lower, and soul sand. Yes, this means that with the right angle, you can easily shoot through these blocks. Honey is no exception. An arrow also flies through it. But the funniest thing is snow. No, you can't shoot through a snow block. But don't forget about the layers of snow from which we get a block that is slightly lower than powder snow. But we can easily shoot through it with a bow.
Did you know you can use a happy ghast for more than just flying? Place blocks around the ghast shape at altitude and start making a house there. But you might be wondering, what about the floor? The ghast will be the floor for this base. And now you can simply fly up and stay in this house.
Did you know that if you turn a horse upside down with its tag, you'll get the most unique vehicle you can use to surprise all your friends?
Have you been using the cauldron as a sink all this time? Break it right now. Break the block underneath and place a dispenser there. Then a candle on it, a block on top, then a rail and a minecart on it. Then break it all down so the minecart is on the dispenser. Close it with a hatch, place a hook and a button. Now move redstone to the dispenser and place a bucket of water in it. Now, with the press of a button, the water will be released and then refilled into the dispenser.
Now you can easily kill a player in creative mode. As we know, in creative mode, you can only die from a command in the chat, and if you fall into the void, we will use this. For this, there is such a simple mechanism with a dispenser and a piston. First, we spawn a bunch of chickens, then throw a wind potion on them, put lava in the dispenser, and when we press the button, the chickens die and create a huge flow of wind, thereby opening the piston, and the player does not have time to do anything and already dies in the abyss. If your rabbits are constantly running away from you, but you want to keep them close to you, just place them on slime blocks and then they won't be able to run away.
On a huge platform, place mycelium at the edges and a turf block in the middle. Now you can observe how the battle for territory is going on between these blocks. Then remove all the mycelium from here, and now we have a naturally generated island where you can start developing. mining.
What's the best altitude for diamond mining? As we know, the lower you go, the more diamonds you'll find. But at -50, for example, we most often encounter lava. And while there are diamonds there, mining them is very unsafe. So, having tried many mechanics and altitudes, I can confidently say that -54 is the best, as it has the least amount of lava and it's much easier to mine diamonds. Subscribe.
I'm currently on version 1.12.2, which has one huge problem: water. If you fall down, you might die before you can float back up. You can't swim fast here. Moreover, if you collect water from the ocean, you'll get this. To fix this, you need to fill this water source with a block. It's just awful.
If you place 20 prismarine blocks around a sea source, the heart will open and you will be able to breathe underwater. But if you make the same structure on the sides, the radius of underwater breathing will increase from 30 to 90 blocks. And you will also have a haste effect, and you will be able to quickly break blocks as well as see perfectly underwater.
Place barrels on both sides, put 2 logs and a half block on them, connect them with gates, and on top with 2 rows of chains. Then put hatches on top and place invisible frames on the chain, in which start putting various fish, and now you get a very beautiful fish dryer. Make a closed area with a width of 3 blocks and plant 2 red mushrooms there. Then break this structure and mushrooms will grow, and at least one turned out higher than the other, we can make a very beautiful house. Inside, break the floor and put oak boards there. Place everything you need for survival and lighting. Close the walls with several blocks and put up a fence to make a balcony. Put up windows, put other objects in another room, and now you have a very cute and unique house. How do you get a new biome without mods? As we know, the rock catalyst captures blocks if a mob dies near it. So if you make a command block that spawns mobs, they will die, creating a completely unique biome. For survival, you can simply use an AFK farm based on experience. To make your house very unusual, demolish a small layer of the wall and put boards there. Then place brick fences on them, and now your house will look like it is being renovated. Don't use hooks for the mechanism. If you have a small space, just place a string and point the observer at it. Now, by connecting the dispenser to the back, it will activate when you step on the string. This is tinted glass, and this is black. What's the difference? Black glass is very easy to craft, but tinted glass requires amethyst crystals. But is it worth it? Definitely yes, because mobs can easily hide behind tinted glass, while behind black glass, they immediately start burning. Tinted glass also creates complete shadows, which can be very useful in survival. Subscribe! Did you know that if you stand behind glass, the mobs won't aggro on you? Even the Endermen you look into the eyes won't care? Place a fire underneath and a zombie head on it, then cover it with a mangrove hatch and put an iron hatch on top. And now you have an oven with dessert. Did you know that a turtle will always return to its beach? Even if you take it on a boat, it will still come back. As we know, if we stand on a large leaf, it will slip through and we will fall. But if we stay in this position, it will recover and we will lie down. Thus, we can easily make a secret entrance to our base. Now you will learn how to make your staircase much more beautiful. First, replace the wooden steps with stone ones. Place blocks on the sides and a whetstone on each of them. Break the lower blocks and place the whetstones upside down at the bottom. And now install the lighting, and voila! A very beautiful staircase is ready. All this time you've been wasting resources, because to craft stone steps, you spend 6 stones. But if you throw it into the stone cutter, now you can get steps for just 1 stone. This data pack makes the world 10 times smaller. Just look at these trees. All the mobs have also become very small. This has not bypassed the structures. The villages now look very nice and quite detailed. And against their background, I generally look like a giant. If you light dynamite here, then surprisingly, it does not blow up the buildings. But in Hell, everything has become the same. The fortress looks like some kind of construction set, and the piglins have generally started to be afraid of me and run away from me. In general, it all looks very cool, and the name of the data pack is Minicraft. Did you know that you can throw dynamite with a spear? Yes, it works very easily. You just need the knockback enchantment, and as you can see, the dynamite flies a huge distance. But you don't need a level 2 enchantment. The first knockback also works very well.
Having trouble finding the perfect world seed? Me too. I always come across boring worlds with the same biomes and no dungeons, so I decided to find the perfect seed, and here it is. Right next to us is the first village. Right next to the taiga. 100 blocks away is another village with a cherry biome. And next to that is a bandit outpost. It's just a dream, and this seed is right there on your screen. Subscribe.
This cobblestone generator is terrible and very inconvenient. To fix this, just place mangrove roots and pour water into them. Now you can easily and very conveniently mine cobblestone.
If you love tiny houses, then this life hack is for you. Right now, there's very little space in it, but if you install hatches instead of walls, then knock down the walls, you'll get a lot more space.
How to quickly transmit a signal from the top down. Watch the video to the end and you'll learn how to avoid building such awkward mechanisms. Start by placing 3 fences and raising them to the desired height. Place a hatch at the top, break the fence at the bottom, and attach an observer to it so the red dot is at the bottom. Add a sticky piston and a redstone block to power the lamp. It all works perfectly and transmits the signal down very easily. Use it.
This is a savanna village. It has the same inhabitants and the same paths as the other villages, but the vegetable gardens are simply awful. Why are they so awful? The same can't be said about the other villages, which have neat and beautiful vegetable gardens that are pleasant to stroll through, but not in the savanna, where you're also flooded. Something needs to be done about that immediately.